We are just two hot chicks talking about what we think.
Content and trigger warning. This show contains strong language, mentions of intimacy, and conversations about challenging faith experiences. Content is not appropriate for children. Please listen with care. For details on individual episodes, visit www.soakoperapodcast.com. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. The opinions expressed are our own, based on personal commentary and speculation. It may not be factual.
Welcome to Soak Opera, the podcast where ex-Mormon besties unpack the chaos of Utah's wildest reality shows, because Utah's reality is stranger than fiction. I'm Nina, blessed LDS, even more blessed to be raised Catholic, currently in my FLDS core era.
And I'm Shelby, a Utah-bred ex-Mormon who is now a mess-loving missionary for Bravo. If you're new to the show, then you need to know that Nina and I met 10 years ago working in a Mormon modest clothes boutique in Murray, Utah, which is just right outside of Salt Lake. And we've been like this ever since. So we started the podcast to keep in touch with one another, and just because we love all these Utah-based reality shows, and we love to fill in like how they differ from other shows because they're from Utah and Utah culture. So
yes, we absolutely love all the Utah drama. We're obsessed with Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and all the Real Housewives franchises. We're also obsessed with The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, Sister Wives.
yes.
And if you haven't watched it, you need to watch HBO's Big Love. It is so good.
Yeah. If you haven't watched it, you're super late to the party, but it's just as good today as it was when it came out. I'm such a Chloe Sevigny fangirl. She's perfect. I think out of all of the Mormon, non-Mormon made movies and TV shows, that's probably one of the more accurate ones. I didn't think, oh gosh, what's that horror that just came out? Heretic. I was like, this does not feel accurate to me at all. I clocked it so fast. I was like, they did not hire a Utah consultant. Whoever consulted to this lied. But anyways, Big Love is top notch.
Yes, and Utah scenery is actually beautifully captured in Big Love on occasion. The mountains are so beautiful, and even though we are not wearing our historically accurate bonnets and gear, it's pretty darn close.
Yeah,
it's pretty darn close. Honestly, we should. If you're not watching us on YouTube, you definitely should. All our Spotify listeners, shout out to you, though. Thank you so much. And make sure to check out our website, soakoperapodcast.com. So you can follow us everywhere on YouTube, Spotify, our website, Instagram, YouTube. We are posting YouTube shorts. And this episode is extra special because we are here together in LA.
Yeah.
I usually live in Salt Lake City, Utah, where I recently moved back to from the Midwest. And so it just feels good to be, oh my gosh, in the desert. The whole thing. But it feels even better to be here in LA with my bestie Shelby.
Yeah, well, and gosh, we don't get to see each other a whole lot, but I did have the pleasure of visiting Nina in Salt Lake a few weeks ago, and we decided we gotta go. Okay, we love Angie. Angie is our favorite. 10 toes on the ground for Angie. I don't care if she takes it too far. High body count hair is hysterical. It's okay to be mean if you're funny.
Yes. Absolutely. This is our official We Love You, Angie K. Angie Katsanevas, the amazing Greek goddess of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. She's so freaking iconic. Hairstylist extraordinaire. owner of the Lunatic Fringe Salon franchise.
Yes, not French fry, franchise.
She's making real money, doing real people's
with
hair.
her 3 black American Express,
including that Prada Centurion bracelet. Oh my gosh, she doesn't even have to pull out her black card to use it. She can just use her designer bracelet to just like yeah, amazing. Like, she's truly the best.
Yeah, I think what's so cool about Angie, well, Salt Lake, I was actually just saying this last night to somebody who is also a Real Housewives fan, is that what's different about Utah and the Salt Lake cast specifically is Salt Lake is geographically tiny, and a lot of the ex-Mormons, it's kind of like you grow up, you move out of your parents' house, and you may or may not get married. But a lot of people, when they do leave, they leave in their like mid-20s. But if you got married super young, it might come later on, like late 30s. But the ex-Mormon community in Utah is very small and very close-knit. And if you don't know somebody, you know someone who knows them. And what is so cool about Angie is that her reputation was well known in Utah before the show. Lunatic Fringe is a very great salon. She was one of 2 5-star salons in Salt Lake, and hers was known for being a really great place to work, in addition to having really awesome, high quality treatments and whatnot. So I actually hadn't ever been to her salon, which is crazy because I always knew about it. I had some friends that worked in beauty and hair, but we booked an appointment to go check it out for ourselves.
The Lunatic Fringe, it's tremendous that Angie K has been able to find the success that she has. She grew up and was raised in Greek Orthodox. So as a non-Mormon, seeing such success is so amazing, and that just speaks to how hard she works. That just speaks to how the high quality of her work. And we set up appointments. I got a blowout and I got a I forget what it's an amazing Kerastase treatment that helps remove the heavy metals from your hair.
You didn't get a sock bun? You didn't get a sock bump it?
No bump us. No bumpers in Lunatic Fringe.
Not a bump it in sight.
Only glam and glamorous hair, luxurious hair for sure. Like, going in and just seeing all the Kerastase products, I was just like,
yeah. Well, and this was like a well-established business long before there were even whispers of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake. Yeah, I was like, I knew it was going to be a beautiful salon, but I was like, damn, Hermes blanket in the lobby. They had like just really beautiful local flowers. Art. Yes, fresh flowers.
They were so gorgeous.
Clean. There was not a little teeny piece of hair on the ground.
Not at all.
I thought what was really impressive was the gals who didn't have active appointments were still practicing and like teaching each other new techniques. I was asking the gal who's doing my hair, and she was like, yeah, we part of like our perks for working here is that they're always paying for us to like know the latest and greatest techniques. But the gal who did my hair, she had been there for a year, which was pretty short time for working there. It seems like they retain their staff, but she genuinely seemed to like working there. She did a great job. It was a top-notch haircut.
Yes. No. And before I forget to mention, we went to the South Temple location, which is the landmark location. It's beautiful. Just a few blocks away from the temple downtown. It's
right outside of City Creek. They record at City Creek Mall all the time. I mean, even if you can't tell immediately from the background, they just put some curtains up. And I'm like, I know that fountain. Just because you put a velvet curtain doesn't mean it's not the same damn mall you guys record at every single week. Yeah, if you're a fan and you like to go see the sights, I mean, really one of the very few places they film in City Creek.
Yes,
Oh, yeah, go to City
absolutely.
Creek and then go to Lunatic Fringe down the street, just outside the avenues.
And it's really close to the governor's mansion. Like, honestly, that entire area is so freaking cool to see all the Utah history there.
Yeah, Brigham Young's house is over there too. Well, Brigham Young because he had like a bajillion wives. One of his more famous houses is also in that area. It's called the Beehive House.
Oh.
And the rich little Mormon girls who had their like, I'm getting baptized birthday party. The rich girls had it at the Beehive House.
Oh my God.
And you would have a tea party, except for there wasn't any tea because you're a Mormon and you can't drink tea. So you really have just like a honey, water, and like croissant party, I guess. And
scrumptious.
Yeah. Churn some butter and be like, oh, this is what Pioneer Girls did. See Brigham Young's like wives' tiny little outfits. They have some displays in their clothes and shit. But yeah, that's like that's a pretty iconic Utah spot for sure. If you're not super familiar with Mormon culture, when you are Mormon, you don't get baptized at birth. You actually get baptized when you're 8. And the logic is that like babies are incapable of sin. They don't believe in original sin. And 8, I guess, is where there's the hard line where it's like you fully understand right from wrong. So
that's 8 years old. So listen up.
Yeah. All you 8-year-olds are in trouble.
Or parents to 8-year-olds, just watch out.
Yeah.
There's just a breadth of just wildness to talk about, and like all of this is a hop, skip, and a throw. Like Angie K is in the middle of it all, being beautiful and gorgeous, despite all the less than stylish things happening around her. So
the Utah girlies are hanging on to their side part, their side swept bangs, the chunky highlights are never going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, and you have to remember that Utah is the home of the graduated bob. So that can I see the manager haircut? That is
abundant.
Yeah, that is abundant. It's a little bit rare now in this day of the 2020s, but it's still out there. Like the chunky highlights. Kate Gosselin is from John and Kate +8. She is she's the icon for all of them. She's like, I just imagine that the moms would bring a picture of her being mad at her husband and being like, I want that haircut. But just so you know, if you want that, you can't get that at Angie Salon because they will
stop you because they like their customer.
Yes. They only have love and respect for themselves and other people. So they would never harm someone like that. So yeah, it was so fun to like get our hair done, to go and see you. I walked there from my apartment. It was just a 15-minute walk, and it's walking in, it's gorgeous. Everything's so sleek, and all the stylists are so pretty and young and friendly and smiling. And I had my hair washed, and it was really cool. Like that little hair wash area is nice, and it's a little bit dark.
Yeah, it's so relaxing back there.
Yeah, and my hairstylist, she was awesome. She gave me a scalp massage so nice and deep. I thought no one would ever be able to crack this hard head of mine, and she did. She was great, and she was able to wrangle my super curly hair into the prettiest Utah curls, and she was just so sweet. And speaking of the wonderful character of Angie K and her husband Sean Trujillo, who also owns and works the salon with her, he he was there at the salon.
Yeah, we caught a glimpse of him. Yeah.
I didn't get to see him. I just felt the vibes.
Yeah. Well, you said that you felt the vibe. Did you see the back of his head or something?
No, I wish.
Oh, but you really just felt the vibes and you were like, Sean is here.
Well, you can just, I mean, seeing Angie on the show, she's so thoughtful. She's so thorough. She's self-proclaimed perfectionist, and you see it in everything that she does. And the two of them together, like, they are really just so catering and nurturing. And my hairstylist was talking about how Sean will like Sean's not just hiding all day in an office.
Mm-mm.
He's on the floor, he's helping, he's even out there sweeping and doing all the things that most people don't want to do.
I love that. I think like when business owners really, really understand the entirety of the business, like this is how much effort it takes to do this, and like I mean, they're not making ignorant decisions about like, you have 30 seconds to sweep up all this hair and make it spotless. Like when you're really in the weeds, I feel like that makes you a more humble leader, but like also just more able to make logical decisions that are actually grounded in reality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw him coming. There's like a conference room downstairs and I saw him coming out and I was like, oh, he's here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's just so amazing. And so like to hear that about him and to know that about them, seeing them together on the show. And we also I watched it for the first time, but we both watched it. Shelby and I both watched it together. The episode of Wife Swap that Angie K was on.
Yes.
So let me back up a little bit. Angie K's been on Real Housewives of Salt Lake for at least, well, she's honestly been there from the beginning, because I'm pretty sure I caught a glimpse of her at one of the parties in season 1 of Salt Lake City.
Wasn't she at one of Jen Shaw? Okay, yes. Don't quote me on it if you have a better memory than me. I think it was one of Jen Shaw's.
If you have a better memory than us, just go ahead, take a screenshot and send it to us and share with the class, please. Share with the group. Yes. Yeah, share it with us. Help us out. It's just the two of us working on this. And but yeah, she was definitely at the party. And so she's been around since season 1. And there's another scene where I saw her at another party, but you actually get to see her beautiful face. And I think this was because the show started, oh my gosh, let me not say, but at the time she had makeup of the time. She's so trendy, and she's so trendy and also timeless at the same time. Like her beautiful makeup was just so cool and so iconic. But there's a scene that I shared with Shelby where she walks up to Lisa and Meredith. They were talking and she compliments, I think it was Lisa. I think she compliments Lisa and was like, oh my gosh, I just think you're the best. It was actually, I remember. It was at Lisa's party for John with the Utah foster community, because John Barlow is adopted. That's a whole, I can't get into all of that now, but basically there's so much juice. The tea is spilling all around. But that was the first scene where Angie gets words on camera. And so we've both been a huge fan of her for the longest time, but she's been a full-time cast member for at least the past 3 seasons. And she's been Center Snowflake for the past 2.
Yeah. Yes. Center Snowflake. Yeah, so I thought that was going to be Heather's spot forever.
Yeah,
I mean, I do love Heather, but
yeah,
we've talked about Heather. Heather needs to respect herself.
Yes, make sure to check our other episodes where we talk about our predictions, where we talk about all the other women. But let's get back to focusing on the Miss Angie K.
What did you think about that fight at Lakai? Which Lakai, so if you aren't aware, Lakai is that like really beautiful outdoor restaurant where they had the the like fortune teller, palm reader. I can't remember the correct name.
Whitney's hosting a love and light party. She's like, I'm trying to get back to the girl I used to be. She never stopped being that girl. Whitney, just know, like, you've never stopped being that girl. Just embody it, okay?
I love Whitney too. She's the quintessential Utah girl. The blonde bob.
Mm-hmm.
She's got it. She has the thickest Utah accent.
Yes.
A little naive. She's naive but like wise at the same time.
Yes.
And Lakai is like, it's another iconic Utah spot. It's supposedly the nicest restaurant in Utah. If you are also a Sister Wives fan, they film at Lakai a lot because every anniversary they are filming at Lakai, especially upstairs. There's like this area with a fireplace upstairs.
Ooh.
That they film at a lot. And also Dumb and Dumber was filmed at part of Dumb and Dumber was filmed at Lakai. The dream sequences are at Lakai. So yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of wild how how monumental Utah has been, just low-key in the background. Like,
yeah,
Utah's
they filmed a lot of
work.
movies in I mean, it's just convenient because you've got the desert, you've got the forest, you've got the city, and it's apparently like very inexpensive place to film, I hear. So yeah,
I'm sure their rates were on their rates headed down after the owner according to Mary Cosby, she says that the former owner founder of Lakai murdered his wife and himself in front of their dog.
Yeah, on Christmas. No, it's true. It's true.
That I just cannot. That's so scary and sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Utah has a lot of wild stories. And I mean, it's so sad to hear that such a sad thing happened.
I think it was over. I heard. This is all alleged, but like I heard allegedly. I heard that the founders of Lakai had just gotten a lot of debt making it what it is, and he just snapped because of the like crippling debt. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, that's so sad. I mean, and look, the Real Housewives are making the most of it. It's a beautiful backdrop.
Carrie and Cody Brown.
Yeah. So unfortunate as it's so sad they'll never see the success that the place became.
Yeah, and Lakai is also it's kind of like where the rich like non-Mormons get married too. If you're a Mormon, you have your marriage ceremony in the temple, of course, and then you'll have your reception somewhere else. I guess you could have your reception at Lakai, but it's not just like a restaurant. It's a humongous property and a humongous garden with peacocks and lots of like little Victorian homes. So when they have weddings there, like they'll have one house for the bride and her bridesmaids to get ready, and a house for the groomsmen, and a house for the family. And yeah, it's not just like a cute little French restaurant, but
Dang, like I mean, the party was gorgeous, like from what we could see, and it was so funny. They were having a wine tasting? And there was a beautiful redhead who was serving the wine, and she was like, okay, like when y'all stop fighting, like got just another bottle for you.
She's like, I don't want to give these people more alcohol.
Maybe more wine will relax them. Because I don't think they even had a sip before they started getting into it.
Yeah. I mean, I've never been a big Lisa fan. I mean, she adds to the show. Don't get me wrong. I think she is highly entertaining. I want her on the show. I am not on her team ever. But yeah, I was like, leave Angie alone.
Yeah, and Angie had some business to do. She came carrying a little plastic tote with all the gifts that Lisa had given her.
Her terrible tequila.
Yeah, including but not limited to a bottle of Vita tequila that was sealed that had Angie K's name on it. She included a few other things and like a little hobby horse that Lisa had given to Electra. But again, like these women ghosts, they hit so hard and so deep. I understand why Angie is over Lisa. And so Angie was like, okay, you want to say that I'm using money that's not mine? Like, trust me, I'll show you. I have 3 black cards, a Centurion Prada bracelet. Like, do not come for me, because she has money. She's doing.
Lisa really
she's
is
a very
throwing
hard
stones
worker.
she is throwing stones at a glass house.
Yeah. Angie's never been nothing but incredibly humble about how much money she has and the success she has. Like, so it's crazy to see Lisa, who is constantly bragging. I mean, it's good to give yourself props. But sometimes Lisa goes a little over the top, that sometimes it's hard to believe her sometimes.
I don't believe her at all. And I also know for a fact that Lisa, well, no, I should say alleged.
Allegedly.
I have heard. Someone has alleged
on the street.
The streets of Salt Lake.
In the grid system.
Yeah, so I have heard from some sources that the home that she recorded in the first few seasons was not her home, not even her rental. It was actually a luxury home that was staged for the purposes of selling like developmental and interior design services. And yeah, she was friends with these people and is no longer friends with them, but they let her film in one of their, which is why her house looked so just like white and had no personal touches. I'm like, they don't have anything out in those empty little white cabinets because there's nothing in there. Yeah. Stagers weren't like, oh, we need some plates in here.
Yeah, no, poor John Barlow's asking for connection with his wife and everything's just clean, stark lines. It's like, there's no warmth there.
Mm-mm.
So it like, and also thinking about Lisa's rampage when she, on her hot mic moment, she's talking about, oh, why don't you own a house? Girl, you don't own a house. From our knowledge, allegedly. There's nothing wrong with renting, but please don't try to tell us that you're super rich and that you have all of this stuff and you don't yourself have any of those things.
Well, like, okay, being as rich as she is, right? And renting,
owning all these businesses.
Renting in New York, that makes sense. Okay, renting in LA, that makes sense. Utah is not that expensive. I mean, it's getting more expensive, but like compared to the US average, it's pretty good.
If you're a multi-millionaire, as she self-describes allegedly, it doesn't make sense that she would rent. And like, it just doesn't. And like Meredith, she rents because she doesn't live in Salt Lake City full time. Well, she doesn't live in Salt Lake City, period. She rents in Park City, and she doesn't buy because she rents these luxury homes, these luxury resort homes that are like $70,000 a month, which is, I just a moment of silence, like, so like, yeah, none of it makes sense. None of the money's adding up. So again, like I hate to see Angie K, who's a real hardworking queen with real money, and has 0 dismissed cases she has 0 cases, period, she doesn't need any cases to be dismissed, allegedly, because there are no cases against her for unpaid bills. It's like, sorry, Lisa.
So, okay, I was very pleasantly surprised to see the wife swap happening. I haven't seen wife swap in so long. I did love it when it was new and whatnot. Yeah, I had no idea this was coming down the pipeline. And then I had finished up my last episode of Real Housewives and it just came on. And I was like, oh, I love this for Angie. Smart PR move. Very smart PR move for her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what did you think?
I thought it was excellent. So Angie K has her husband, Sean Trujillo, and she has her daughter, Electra, and they're just a sweet little family. They live in Federal Heights, if I remember correctly, like just right above the Capitol, and a very sleek, glamorous home. And she swapped with a wife a wife and mother who lives in Chalice, Idaho.
Girl, and I'm not as familiar with Idaho as you are. So you gave me some context to that.
Yeah. So Chalice is out there. It's out in central Idaho.
Which, I mean, Idaho doesn't have a lot going on to begin with. So
it's that other I-state that doesn't exist. But to me, Idaho will always have my heart. I grew up in Idaho, and I grew up in southeastern Idaho, and Chalice is not too far away. So you're probably not going to understand this, but it's between Sun Valley and Salmon, Idaho. So Sun Valley has a lot of amazing skiing and beautiful camping and hiking, lots of beautiful stuff out in nature. And Salmon is very similar. Salmon's a beautiful historical town in Idaho, and there's a lot of salmon there. So Chalice is right smack dab in between, very remote. And this mother of, was it 3 children? I think it was 3 children. Mm-hmm. And she and her husband, they live out in Chalice off the grid. They have their whole solar panel system. And their reason for going off the grid was that the wife, she has rheumatoid arthritis, which is an inflammation, a disease where inflammation attacks your joints. And so she decided to take her and her family off the grid to reduce her stress and just live more simply. So they have a bathtub outside where they bathe outside. So Angie, who is super glamorous, living in the big city, living steps away from Prada, she had to bathe outside.
Yeah, I thought it was a really smart PR move for Angie because, I mean, the whole point of the Real Housewives is like really fun, eat the rich content. You're watching all these snotty rich ladies that are like sabotaging themselves and each other. And I thought it was a really wise PR move to show that she could embrace a simpler life and be respectful of other ways of living and other people in other income brackets. She was very lovely, very welcoming, very warm, and it was fun to see her without makeup off. Spoiler alert, she's still gorgeous. I do think they totally exaggerated how I thought it was kind of funny that she was like, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this. But I was like, girl, you were the one lighting the campfire. And like, you had that whole RV. We know you go camping. What do you mean? And it's not like she was there for months and months on end. So I was like, okay, they definitely exaggerated. I think they exaggerated that a little bit for the sake of the show. Also was very impressed with Sean. I thought he was so lovely and welcoming and kind and warm to his temporary wife. It was fun to see him get a fish. I wouldn't be surprised if he already knew how to do that, though, to be honest.
Yes. I mean, I thought Angie's experience really spoke to how, like, she has courage. She's ready and willing to get down and dirty. On Real Housewives of Salt Lake, she's talked about a lot about her dad and all the sacrifices that her dad made leaving Greece as a child with his parents, and like I think she's just tremendously humble and compassionate. So I think that was a part of it. I think it wasn't as, I agree that I don't think it was as bad, but
I don't doubt she was uncomfortable. But I
when they ate the cow tail, she was like, I had to go to bed hungry. And I'm like, hey, I feel like Lakai would serve something like that for $75 a plate. they just call it something different.
Call it something French, and then it's fancy now.
Oh, yes. Exactly. And yeah, no, it was just so fun to see her like out of her comfort zone, but she was still in her element. Like Angie K is such a sweet mother and so kind and caring. So it was fun to see her with the little girl and her new family. And it was just so fun, like seeing her, because like she was still working really hard. They had to haul water.
Yeah.
Was it something like 50 feet at least? And so like she was just like, oh my gosh, I'm not in my luxury home anymore. Like Angie's used to having a dishwasher that you knock twice on it and it opens up.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't even knock on my door and open it. You know, like
they're just paying someone a full-time salary to gently open it.
It's a tiny elf.
I am kind of surprised they really haven't touched on Angie's experience being a non-Mormon in Utah. I mean, there's a lot of ex-Mormons, but there really aren't a lot of people who have just like never been Mormon in Utah. I would say for sure. And we've mentioned this before, but a lot of people leave in adulthood, and that has been like that rate of leaving has steadily been increasing ever since the internet was common in the household. And I am seeing the Mormon church loosen up so much on the rules. Like it's very strict. Like even as a Catholic, I thought it was super strict. I was like, I don't understand how people can live like this, thinking that perfection is achievable. Like I grew up being taught that I was made perfectly imperfect in God's image. I was always told like you can never be perfect, but no, the LDS think that you can be perfect. And so there's all these stringent rules around caffeine and how you dress, like everything from the moment that you wake up till the moment you close your eyes to go to sleep. It's regulated. Well, and it's also like it's also common to not if you're a Mormon child, you are not allowed to play with non-Mormon children. You just aren't. I mean, there weren't a lot of kids in my grade that weren't Mormon, but the one or two that they never had any friends, and it had nothing to do with them. Like they could have been the coolest, nicest people ever, but just nobody was allowed to play with them. Yeah, and that's what I experienced growing up in Idaho, because like in southeastern Idaho, it's super Mormon. It's not the same. It's very similar, but it's not the same as Utah Mormons. But again, it was still very much like, okay, I was not invited to the same like birthday parties and get-togethers. Like I was still like very isolated because I was not Mormon. Yeah. And it's also like the church is also a lot more strict in Utah than in other states. So I have witnessed many an out-of-state Mormon move to Utah and be like, whoa, I didn't know we were doing this. And then like leave as soon as they can because they're like, whoa, this is way too intense. This is really crazy. I'm not doing this. But anyways, I'm kind of surprised that they haven't really touched on that with Angie, just that experience. Like, I don't know. I'm really curious to know if she felt very othered or very isolated or what her experience was with that. And they definitely touched on it a little bit with Mary, and we got some of that with Jen, some vulnerable moments with Jen, but I am curious about that with Angie. I would love to hear more about that. Yeah, I agree. I would love to hear more too. If you are Mormon on Real Housewives, they talk a lot about it, but they don't talk about what it's like
not being Mormon.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting too that Lisa,
because she's an out of state.
Yeah, well, and she's a convert. And I mean, I had mentioned that like the Mormon church has loosened up a lot. Like there are definitely Mormons that have coffee now. I mean, back when I was young, it would be like, you are getting shamed at church. Like, we are going to embarrass you. There are ways that like the church finds to embarrass you in front of the church, like the whole church. Like, for example, like you have your regular meetings with your bishop to get your temple recommendation renewed. Like, you can't just go in the temple. You can't just like participate in any ceremony. You have to have a recommendation, and then like additional ceremonies and whatnot are earned over time. And so you'll have a regular meeting with your bishop to discuss like, yes, I am following all of these rules. I've done X, Y, and Z. And they're like, great, you can go in the temple and you can participate in these things. And so if you aren't doing some of those rules, they are going to find out, and they are going to maybe take privileges away, we'll say, that everybody is going to see and know about. So like your bishop might be like, okay, you're drinking coffee, you can't take the sacrament. But then everyone during the service is going to see that you did not take the sacrament, and they are going to be like, so-and-so didn't take the sacrament. Yeah. Let's talk.
Yeah, so they're all going to look at you with their eyes, and with their eyes, they're pointing and laughing at you. And then afterwards, they're going to be literally talking about you.
Yeah, absolutely. People do watch to see if you're taking the sacrament or not.
Yeah. Everyone that they're concerned about, they are going to pretty much bore a hole through your head with their eyes. They're like, oh, I'm going to look out and see if this person's taking sacrament. I'm going to see if this person's following the rules or not.
Yeah, I do think with converts, there is a little bit of a different treatment, because they're kind of like paraded around as like, see, we are cool, and like this person had it easy living in the world. Like, they could do anything they want. They could live this easy, sinful life, but like they're doing all this, they let all of that hard stuff go.
They chose their eternal family.
Yeah, so the rules are a lot more loose for converts, which I think explains Lisa quite a bit. Like, being an out-of-state convert, I'm like, yeah, but like, would my parents be able to get away with the shit she does? Absolutely not. They would be shamed. They would not be taking sacrament meeting, and Sister Green would be gossiping to everybody about it. But yeah, it's kind of interesting that she is one of the active ones left over, because even though she is a Mormon and she says that she loves it and it's a big part of her life,
her and her
she's not an example of what Mormons are like in general at all. I'd say Whitney in cap sleeves is probably closer.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, growing up, I knew Mormons who would drink coffee, specifically my family. But at least in my head growing up, I thought all the good Mormons were the ones who actually lived what they believed, which was like being caring, like, you know, trying to be Christ-like, those kinds of situation. But so much is focused on following these specific rules that sometimes things feel like they've lost sight. But like Whitney, I think, yeah, I agree. She totally fits that good, like, even though she has her stripper pole, I think she still fits a good Mormon attitude in terms of being kind and inviting, and including people, and like not judging, which maybe makes her a bad Mormon because she doesn't judge.
So it is interesting that Lisa is like the active Mormon. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'd love to know more about Angie's experience not being LDS and being in Utah, and also just being like such a public figure in Utah as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she really is the best, and she is so sweet. So I'm really glad that she's getting her. She's just starting to get her moment in the sunshine, and so I'm so glad to continue to hear more about her story arc. But I want to know, what do you think are your predictions for what's happening for her?
Ooh, okay. I think she is capitalizing on every moment so well. I mean, she knows how to sneak her brand in smoothly. We got high body count hair. We got franchise, not French fry. She did come out with an amazing commercial for her franchise where she was eating French fries, and it was so good.
Yes.
Oh gosh, I know she and Sean had been talking about opening another business, and she's doing sunglasses.
Yeah, I cannot wait to buy her sunglasses.
Ooh, okay, so I feel like she is a very smart businesswoman, but I do think what we see in so many reality shows where people try to turn it into a commercial of sorts for their brand. The mistake that is made is that they enter a market they know nothing about. And so hair makes sense. She's an expert on hair. She's been a hairstylist for many, many years. Sunglasses, I'm like, just because you have a huge collection of sunglasses doesn't mean that you should launch a sunglasses line. I worked in retail and in fashion marketing for a long time. So I definitely have seen a lot of brands and people be like, I have style, I can do this. And it actually involves a lot of math, and it's very different than what people think it is. So I don't want to say it because I'm such a Angie fan, but I feel like the sunglass thing isn't a great idea.
I mean, I agree. I hear you're the expert. From my perspective,
I hope I'm wrong.
From my perspective, if she comes out with like 4 styles of sunglasses and they're basically Angie K merch, I feel like there's no way for her to like do badly with that. But I don't know what it'll be like. So do you think that Angie K will be able to sell her home?
I do think she will be able to. I think the reason why it's taking so long is because, I mean, not anybody can buy that house. They're going to need to find another celebrity or another millionaire. And as you would know, and as I know, a lot of the celebrities that are in Utah, or the like tech millionaires, whoever, they have a drastically different style. There aren't very many modern homes in Utah. Most people go for the farmhouse look, the cabiny look, the Park City look.
Shiplap.
Yeah.
Just shiplap.
There are a lot of sluts for shiplap in Utah. So I think and that's not my way of saying I don't like her home. I think her home is stunning. I just think they need to find another celebrity to buy it, and it's not like in LA where it's just, there's a celebrity everywhere. So I do think she'll be able to sell her house. I do. I think it's going to be on the market for a little while.
Yes. Yeah, no, I mean, she's just waiting for the right person, and yeah, I'm sure it'll sell in due time. I'm like, do you think things will get better between Angie and Lisa?
I don't want them to. I want everybody to keep piling on Lisa. I mean, I think Lisa's a bully. I mean, they're all mean. They're all a little mean, right? That's the assignment. I think that there are the cheeky, mean ones who poke the bear enough for the TV show. And then I think there are people who are genuinely mean. And in my opinion, Lisa is genuinely a mean person. I don't want to make amends. I'm like, Angie, you keep respecting yourself and setting these boundaries. Do not let her do this.
Yes, I want 3 more mean events to happen between them.
We'll get that. We will get that for sure.
I want iconic, I want funny, and then I want them to eventually repair. So, like, I want it to hopefully turn out to be something like the Meredith and Lisa situation.
Ooh. I don't get Meredith and Lisa's friendship. I'm like, Meredith,
we're gonna have to do a series.
So dirty. That whole bathroom hot mic moment, unforgivable. That was malicious. That was so malicious. It is so weird that she's just like, well, she said she's sorry, so that's that. I'm like, you guys have dirt on each other. I know something is wrong. That is not normal.
No, we're gonna have to make our 3 to 7 part series on just that hot mic moment alone. And I'll recreate it. I'll redo it.
Dramatic reenactment.
Yes.
I'll be the toilet. I don't know what I'll do. I'll be the mic.
Yeah, strap you to my back. Yeah, so like we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I love all the women. I love Angie K the most though. Sometimes I hate all of them too. Well, honestly, I hate all of them except Angie K. And also you, Bronwyn. I love you too.
Oh no, I love Bronwyn. I love Bronwyn. I love Whitney. I love Heather. I love Heather, but I need her to respect herself. And I love Mary's humor. I'll say that. I love Mary's humor. She's one of the funniest people. She could have given Robin Williams a run for his money. She is hysterical.
Yes. No. Okay.
Do I love the way she treats people? No.
Absolutely not. No. Anyway, so if you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. This podcast is really our love letter to each other and the women of Real Housewives
and Salt Lake.
Yes, and we really want to help create a community where we can talk about these things, where we can talk about leaving the Mormon church, where we can talk about living in Salt Lake City, where we can talk about how wild things are in Utah. And so, yeah, please join us in the conversation by listening to us on YouTube and Spotify, and make sure to join us in the comments as well. We'll meet you there.
And I would just like to end this episode by saying all of this is allegedly.
Allegedly. To the nth degree. We are just 2 hot chicks talking about what we think. We don't know any of these people personally. Although we know people who know them personally. We're not in their business like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you so much for watching and listening.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, this has been Soak Opera. We'll talk to you next time.
Yes.
Bye.
This show is an independent production. The Soak Opera podcast is not affiliated with Bravo, ABC, TLC, or HBO. All names, shows, and references remain the property of their respective right holders. The opinions and speculations expressed are our own and do not represent those of mentioned programs or individuals. Additional credits. Our theme song is The Modern Maiden's Tale by the Ziegfeld Follies, courtesy of the Library of Congress. Thank you for listening.
And if my marriage proves to be phony, give me lots of alimony. That is the 20th century maiden's prayer.